Ethan was a typical teenager, his life filled with the mundane rhythms of school, friends, and the occasional video game marathon. His older brother Jake was a different story. A college student with a penchant for the obscure, Jake had a knack for finding the weirdest games. One day he handed Ethan a worn-out copy of Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, with a smirk. "You'll love this one. Just don't play it too late at night."
Ethan shrugged off the warning, eager to slip into the colorful world of Avalar.
As the game booted up, he was greeted by the familiar sights and sounds of the Dragon Realm. But something felt off. The colors were muted. The once cheerful music warped into a haunting melody that echoed through his room. He dismissed it as a glitch, too excited to care. As he progressed through the game, he noticed strange anomalies. Enemies that should have been harmless were grotesque, their eyes hollow, and mouths twisted into unnatural grins. The cheerful characters he remembered were replaced by shadowy figures that whispered his name, their voices dripping with malice. "Ethan, join us." He played on, a thrill of adventure overshadowing the creeping dread. However, when he reached the boss level against Ripto, the game took a dark turn. A screen flickered violently, and an ominous voice echoed, "You shouldn't have come here." Ethan's heart raced as the character of Spyro morphed into a twisted version of himself, scales blackened, eyes glowing with an unnatural fire. The dragon's once playful demeanor transformed into something sinister. "Join me, Ethan," evil Spyro hissed, his voice a low growl. "Together we can rule this realm." Ethan's fingers trembled over the controller. He tried to exit the game, but the console wouldn't respond. The room around him began to distort, shadows creeping along the walls, as if the very fabric of reality was fraying. The whispers grew louder, chanting his name like a dark hymn. Panic set in as he realized he was trapped. Suddenly, the screen erupted in a violent swirl of colors, and Ethan was sucked into the game. He found himself standing in the desolate world of Avalar, the once vibrant landscapes now twisted and decayed. The air was thick with an acrid stench, and the ground was littered with the remains of what once was: a grasshopper with its limbs severed, a dragonfly with eyes gouged out, all reminders of the horrors that lurked within this realm. "Welcome home," evil Spyro cackled, his voice echoing through the air. Ethan turned to flee, but the ground beneath him trembled and the sky darkened. He was not alone. Shadowy figures emerged from the mist, their forms distorted and grotesque. They were the lost souls of players who had come before him, forever trapped, their mouths agape in silent screams. Ethan sprinted through the twisted landscapes, dodging the grasping hands of the damned. He could hear them whispering, to join them, to give in to the darkness. "Ethan, don't fight it." Desperate, he stumbled upon a hidden cave, the entrance shrouded in darkness. Inside, he found a flickering light, a portal that pulsed with a faint glow. It was his only chance. He leaped toward it, but evil Spyro blocked his path, his eyes blazing with fury. "You cannot escape. You are mine," the dragon roared, lunging at him with razor-sharp teeth. In a moment of sheer instinct, Ethan grabbed a nearby shard of glass from the ground. As evil Spyro lunged, he snatched at the dragon's throat, feeling a sickening satisfaction as the creature staggered back, blood oozing from the wound. But instead of dying, evil Spyro grinned, the wound sealing itself as if mocking Ethan's efforts.
You think you can kill me? I am the darkness, and you are nothing but a flicker in the void.
With a surge of adrenaline, Ethan dove for the portal, feeling the cold touch of the shadows clawing at his heels.
He leaped through just as the darkness enveloped him, the world around him collapsing into a cacophony of screams. Ethan awoke in his room, the game console silent, the screen flickering off. Heart racing, he glanced around, half expecting the shadows to spill into his reality. But everything was still. He breathed a sigh of relief, thinking it was over. That night, as he lay in bed, a chilling realization washed over him. The whispers returned, echoing in the corners of his mind. Ethan, you can't escape us. The next day, Jake found the game lying on the floor, the cover stained with what looked like dried blood. He picked it up, a frown creasing his brow. What the hell happened here? He muttered, unaware of the evil that lurked within the game, waiting for its next victim. As Ethan stared into the darkness of his room, he could hear the laughter of evil Spyro, growing louder, more insistent. And he knew then his brother was next. The game was far from over